Hey, this is Chris. Welcome to my guitar tutorial video. Today we're going to learn how to play Haruka Kanata by Asian Kung Fu Generation. 今回は Asian Kung Fu Generation の Haruka Kanata を弾いてみましょう. Let's get started with the tuning. So we're in standard tuning: E, A, D, G, B, E. We're in the key of E major. Tempo's around 175. Let's get started! Okay, so let's start with guitar 1. So guitar 1 is going to be just doing the basic chords here. The song starts off with that bass line. And then actually both guitars are going to be doing the E power chord hits. Alright, and then we're going to do the C sharp B A chord progression. So okay, so actually this C sharp B A chord progression happens all over the song, so just take note of that. And yeah, then we're gonna do like an E major chord hit and hold. While we're holding, guitar 2 is gonna be doing something like this. Okay, and then actually guitar 1, we're going to be playing like an open first string, second string hit. Last 4 beats of that, so, or the 4th bar of that hold. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, and then we're going to go back to the C sharp B A chord progression. And then we end with an E major chord hit and hold. And that's where the verse 1 starts. So if you're ready, let's check out verse 1 next. Verse 1, guitar 1. So we're going to be doing that hit and hold on the E major chord. So we'll hold for 4 bars. And then we're going to go to that C sharp B A chord progression. So slightly different from the beginning, the rhythm, the strumming pattern, slightly different. And then we go back to the E major chord hit. So 4 more bars of that. And then we're going to go back to the C sharp B A chord progression yet again. Okay. And then after that we get into the pre-chorus, the first pre-chorus. Pre-chorus, we're going to do a bunch of chords here again. So we're going to start with C sharp. So we're going to be cutting off the sustain here for the first few strums. Short, 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 long. And then when you're cutting it off, I recommend using the right hand or the strumming hand, palm of the hand here. Don't try to do it with your left hand because you're going to get more noisy sounds here. Versus. So yeah, mute with your right hand or your picking hand. So C sharp, and then we're going to go to G sharp. And A. Then go to the high E, and then we're going to move to B over D sharp. So short, 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 long, short, long. So, and then we go back to the C sharp chord right here, and G sharp. Do these back and forth hits, A to G sharp, A to G sharp. And then we end that with an E, open E power chord hit here, hit and hold. For guitar 1, this is optional. If guitar 2 isn't doing it, then guitar 1 should do this part. We're going to be running through 3 other chords. So we're going from E to B, C sharp to A. And then one more time. So that part is kind of low in the mix, but yeah, have one guitar player do that while the other guitar player is doing the hold on the E major chord. Okay, so yeah, pre-chorus is basically that, and then we go right into the chorus. Chorus 1 for guitar 1. So we're gonna start with these chords here. So we got an E major power chord, and B over D sharp, and then we do the C sharp, B, and A chord progression. Then we go back to E power chord, to B over D sharp, and then C sharp, B to A chord progression. And then we do a E power chord, or you could even do an E major chord here, if you can imagine. Hit and slide down. Okay, and that's the end of the chorus. So right after that, we get right into the vamp, which is pretty similar to the intro. So we got that bass line going, and then we do those E power chord hits. So this time just 4 times here, and then we go straight into verse 2. Okay, so if you're ready, let's check out verse 2. Verse 2 for guitar 1, it's pretty much the same as verse 1. There's a little bit of a difference in the middle of it. We do like a power chord hit. We're going to start with that E chord hit and hold. So that's 4 bars hold, and then we're going to do that C sharp B A chord progression. And then we're going to do a hit on beat 3. So right there, right? And then no one else is playing. No one is playing. So even the drums, the bass, are all doing the hits there. And then we're going to go back in to doing the E chord hit and hold. 4 bars of that, and then go back to C sharp B A chord progression. And pre-chorus 2 is next. I think it's like the exact same as pre-chorus 1. So we're going to start with that C sharp chord right here. So short, 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 long, right? So that was the pattern before. G sharp, and then A, and then E, high E, and then B over D sharp. So, and then we go back to C sharp. And that last chord was G sharp. And then we're going to do that back and forth hit, A to G sharp, A to G sharp. And then resolve on the E power chord, open E. And here, again, additional 3 chords on top of the E major chord here. Okay, so that was pre-chorus 2, so let's check out the second chorus if you're ready. So chorus 2, same chord progressions here. We got E major to B over D sharp. And then C sharp B to A. And then back to E to B over D sharp. And C sharp B to A. Actually, instead of A, we're going to do these single note hits with the whole band. So it's like 540, 540, 540, 570. So, and then we hit the hit and hold on the E major chord. Yeah, so we're doing those triplets, triplet, 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 right? So you could remember it as 540, 540, 540, 570. Try to say that 5 times fast. So what we have here is like a metric modulation. So we're coming from a 4/4 time signature to a 6/8 time signature, and also the tempo is a little bit different because we slow down slightly from the original tempo. So we have 4/4. So da 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 da, and it becomes 6/8. 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Right. So those triplets, they become the new 8th note. So da 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 da. 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. And then so basically the rest of the song goes 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. So it's a little bit weird if you're kind of new to the metric modulation thing. So if you're playing in a band, definitely want to practice this several times and make sure everybody is nailing that transition, or else if even one person is lost, then the whole band will sound not so good. So definitely be careful there. Okay, so basically that's what's happening, starting from the interlude into the bridge and into the end. So now we're in the new time signature, and also tempo is also different. So 6/8, we're hitting that E major chord. And then I guess towards the end of that hold, we're going to do like an open first string and then open second string. And then right after that, we're going to do C sharp, B, A chord progression. Even here, we're going to do that chord progression here. So interestingly, this whole section, the interlude section, the chord progression for this is actually the exact same as the verse. It's the only difference is the tempo and also the time signature. So because of those two factors, it sounds very different, So that's also kind of interesting to think about. But yeah, chord progression's the same. Okay, so it's in a way it's easy to remember this song. So yeah, so we do that again: E chord, hit and hold. And then C sharp, and then I guess we could do the open first string and second string. And then C sharp, B, and A. Okay, so after that we go straight into the bridge. The first chord is G sharp. And then the bridge, the chord strumming pattern, we're gonna do like a low high thing. So hit basically the 3 low notes, and then next the 3 high notes. Basically it doesn't have to be exactly the 3 or the 2 or whatever, but we want to get that low high kind of sound. So and then C sharp minor, and next is A major. Then we do a B major chord. And next is like a B major but with an A bass. And then we go back to G sharp, C sharp minor. Then we're going to do these hits on the A power chord. So, and these mutes, this time we're going to use the left hand for the mutes to bring out some of the harmonics. So you want to get that noisy kind of sound out this time. In the pre-chorus, we wanted to kill the sound very cleanly and quickly, but this time we want to bring out those harmonies, so the harmonics, I mean. And then we're going to do like a little crescendo I'm going to start low volume and then gradually build up to a higher volume. So you could go ahead and finger an A minor chord. But you start with like just one string, like the 6th string, and then gradually increase the number of strings you're hitting, picking. So you're starting from low volume to higher volume, crescendo style. Then we're gonna hit and hold E major chord. I think you hold that for 8 bars. I'm not really sure, but because we're doing some sort of like a drum solo, kind of quasi drum solo thing going on, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, just make sure you hold on. Try not to kill the chord before the very last hit. So the very last thing we do in this song for guitar 1 is guess what? C sharp, B, A chord progression. It happens at the very last part. So and then the A is just one hit, and that's the end of the song. So that is guitar 1 of Haruka Kanata. Let's go ahead and check out guitar 2 now. Okay, let's check out the guitar 2 part now. So let's actually pick up the pace a little bit here. So here we go. So we're going to start the song off with that bass line, right? And then we're going to follow that up with E power chord hits. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the next part goes something like this. Okay, so this octave part, going from F sharp, G sharp, and back to F sharp, and then sometimes it goes like, so the rhythm is a little bit different sometimes, but this little motif happens all throughout the song, so just keep that in mind, okay, for guitar 2 part, all right? Something like that. So you'll hear it. We're going to go over that as we move along. So if we're ready, we're going to move on to verse 1 for guitar 2. Okay, verse 1 for guitar 2. So we're going to do those bumbada bumbada parts. So the palm muting. So if you're new to palm muting, just or if you're still working on it, just start out really slowly. Right hand is going to be down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. So start very slowly, like around there, and then gradually speed up. Okay, a little bit faster. Okay, so original tempo would be like. Alright, so during this verse 1 part, you also do that octave part again. So the rhythm is slightly different from the intro, so take note of that and be careful with that. Okay, so if you're ready, let's move on to the pre-chorus. So pre-chorus, real quickly, it's pretty simple. It's just like, so we do that for I think 6 times. So yeah, basically you do this 6 times. And then we do those power chord hits back and forth, going from A to G sharp, A to G sharp. resolve that to the E power chord. And we went over this with guitar 1, but one of you, either guitar 1 or guitar 2, does this. So it goes from E power chord to B power chord to C sharp power chord and then A power chord. So only one of you should do that, while the other player just plays like an open chord, hit and hold. Alright, so that is the pre-chorus. Right after that, we're going to get into the chorus. So the chorus goes something like this. Then we hear that bass line again for the vamp. So that's basically it. So we're going to be playing just the E power chords to start, and the rest are basically octaves. And then back to E power chord and octaves. And then we do the E power chord, hit and slide down. Alright, so that was the chorus. And then we do the bass line, the vamp. So the vamp, again, we're doing the E power chord hits. So that's a short one, so it's going to be just 4 hits total. And then we go straight into verse 2. So verse 2 for guitar 2, basically the same as verse 1. So we're going to do the bum-bada parts, right? And then we're going to do these hits right on the G sharp octave. So a little bit different from the beginning part, right? So be careful with that. So okay, and then right after that, we're gonna do the bum-bada again. Okay, and then right after that, we go right into the second pre-chorus. So pre-chorus 2 is basically the same as pre-chorus 1, so we're going to do this line here, I think 6 times, right? So and once again, whoever's doing the other guitar part, make sure to do that one. So and then we're in chorus 2. So chorus 2, it starts out pretty much the same as chorus 1. So we're going to start with that E major chord here, and we're going to go into octaves now. Back to the E power chord, an octave, and then here towards the end of chorus 2, we're going to do those hits, setting up the 6/8 meter change. So 5/4/0, 5/4/0, 5/4/0, 5/7/0. So So triple it, triple it, triple it, triple it. Then we're going to resolve into E major chord. So I did explain this in the guitar one part, but it's triplets, they turn into eighth notes, and the time signature changes to 6/8. So triple it, triple it, triple it, triple it, 1 2 3 4 5 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6, and then the new time signature 6/8, and also the tempo kind of slows down too. So just take note of that, and that's the interlude and bridge. So we're at the interlude and bridge. So beginning of the interlude, we got the E major chord here. We're gonna hold that for 4 bars, so 4 bars of 6/8. Yeah, remember that, right? So after that, we're gonna do the C sharp B A chord progression here. So and then we're gonna do these octaves at the end of that phrase. So this one's going from G sharp to F sharp, so kind of similar to the motif, the beginning motifs of these octaves here. And then we're going to go back to E chord hit for 4 bars, and then we're going to do that C sharp B A chord progression again. And then octaves, this time it's going to be G sharp to A, so going up now. Okay, so the first time it goes down, so G sharp to F sharp. And then second time it goes up, so G sharp to A. And right after that, we're at the bridge when the vocals come right back in. We're gonna start off with the G sharp chord. So the chord strumming pattern, it's like a low high thing. So basically you want to hit the lower 3 or 4 strings and then the higher 3 or 4 strings. Okay, so you want to get that effect, right? It doesn't have to be always exactly 3 and 3 or 4 and 3 or whatever it is. So yeah, here we go. So right after that, we're going to do these A power chord hits in between these harmonics on the E string 5th fret. So we got. Okay, so right after that, we're going to do these palm mutes while we're fingering an A minor closed position voicing on the 5th position, of course. So it goes. So D A D G D A. Okay, so and then we're going to do a little crescendo. Gradually get louder, and we're going to start with like 1 or 2 strings and gradually increase that, you know, from 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, and then eventually maybe the last hit is going to be all 6 strings, like so. Then we're going to resolve into E major chord. Okay, so we're going to be holding that for 8 bars or so. So that's when the drum solo happens. And then right after the drum solo, we're going to end the song with the C sharp B A chord progression yet again. But guitar 2 is not going to be playing those chords. It's going to be doing these octaves instead. So it goes up, actually, C sharp to D sharp to E. Whereas the chord progression, and plus the bass line, is going to go from C sharp, B, and A, so it's going down. So while the whole band, like the guitar 1 and bass, is going down, guitar 2 is going up. So what we have here is contrary motion. So it's a pretty cool way to end the song. Also, this is a kind of a cool compositional arrangement technique, so if you're into that, this is a good one to know. But anyways, yeah, so that's it for Haruka Kanata. So that is the end of my guitar tutorial video of Haruka Kanata by Asian Kung Fu Generation. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to support my channel, please check out my Patreon, which is linked in the description box below. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care. じゃあまたね。